This is the Winameter slash Doog. Say hello, Doog. Hello, Doog. What you doing today, buddy? Beast 1210. Gonna kind of do a little segment here on alcohol stoves. Kind of a work in progress. I didn't like the original like beer can, pop can stoves, but these are an experiment with the heavier duty extruded aluminum Budweiser cans. They are a nice heavy duty aluminum. You can see the original still works. Couple problems, obviously it doesn't really have a second combustion, doesn't gasify, just kind of sits there and rolls away. Because it has a fiberglass wick on the inside, it still works great. It still, you know, does a nice boil. This guy we'll show here in a second as soon as we get a pot on there. One of the things, obviously, it's just now starting to prime up. And this was an experiment with a side burner, and I'll show you why in a second. But I needed a top burner because with the GI setup, you'll see it's basically, I've got it on here kind of funny. I think it just went out. I'm experimenting with a small one. You'll see I got a little half size than this guy in there, and still holds 1 ounce. It's still, the holes are in the top. It's the top burner. You can see it's not quite a rolling boil, but it's just about there. That was 1 ounce. And I am also using the heavy duty or stainless steel cup without a lid, so it does take a little longer to fire up. But because you have a natural windscreen, these alcohol stoves are usually pretty finicky. And I will show those in a second. Alright, so here's the second version I got. You can tell it's quite a bit flatter. It's just the 2 bottom cans. I stretched 1 can up over the lip. I do have the sides, the holes of the burners, the jets I guess, kind of on the side of there. I did drill a 1/4-inch hole and I tapped it a little bit, and I'll show you up. Just want to show you a few failed attempts. Got a couple burner holes here. I've got a vent that controls this guy in here, and pop the lid off here. You can see I've got kind of a middle combustion area, a little bit of fiberglass that pulls out these side holes here. I tried all sorts of things to try and use the Altoid one and failed. This is my first attempt, but that little silly stove barely fits inside an Altoid can. So I've accomplished what I want. I still have the same size, the same profile. It'll still fit in the pack. There's still fiberglass in it to help control the burn, and then also if you happen to have any extra, it helps soak it up so it's not running around your pack. Little note on the guys, I figured out, use the lid as the priming tray, so you don't have to dump the extra stuff all over, and I hate those stupid wicks that go around there because they'll just break anyway. So I'm going to modify this Altoid can to hold my silly stove, and I might be able to put some alcohol in there and whatnot. I will show you on this guy. This is the top part of the beer can. This is the bottom that I've sandwiched in there, and there is a tiny little lip on there. That lip does hold a little bit of fluid to help prime it. The jets are on the side. For the hell of it, I JB welded the living crap out of it just to make sure it was sealed. And then the very tip I cut inverted into there, and you can see some of the fuel holes that take it to the outside. So this will fill up with fuel. You light it in here, it helps prime the whole thing.